I was curious about your early inspirations because I noticed there's a lot of hardcore in there, but then there's like a mix of like maybe like a slower like ballady kind of sound. And I was curious if that was direct inspiration of anybody.
Yeah, I mean, I had a lot of inspirations. I mean, more than hardcore. I mean, hardcore was the music that I saw when I started going to shows.
Right.
Because I was 14 in 1980. You know, hardcore were like the first bands I saw. It was very exciting. But the music that I liked was like rockabilly and 60s garage. That was more my style.
Okay.
And, you know, my family was pretty musical. I was raised on like, you know, the American Songbook and you know, just like songs from the 20s and 30s and 40s
right.
and sort of musicals, you know.
Like Gershwin style
Guys
stuff.
and Dolls, yeah, the big George Gershwin fan.
Yeah, okay.
So punk rock for me was very important. When I heard the Ramones, I realized like I could actually play that. You know, I couldn't really do more complex forms of music, even though I loved them and had some understanding of it. And when I heard the Ramones, it really meant a lot to me because I was like, wow, you know, I could do this.
Yeah.
But a big influence on me prior to that was Frank Zappa, and you know, I was big on like the comedy shows when I was a kid, Monty Python, Flying Circus, and Saturday Night Live, and this kind of stuff. Like that was sort of my influences are kind of all over the map. You know, my brother was very big on modern jazz. You know, so I was sitting there listening to 20-minute John Coltrane sax solos and shit, just like all kinds of complex, weird shit, but I couldn't play it.
Right.
You know, punk rock was very important to me because I could do it.
Yeah. That just makes perfect sense. Like, that being one of your inspirations, and then listening to your music and the backlash and the controversy that you guys received on stage. How did you guys deal with that?
But it was hard because controversy and backlash is great when you're famous and you got a publicist and you can kind of turn it into something. But we were just always getting into trouble and getting thrown out and couldn't get a show and couldn't get a gig and couldn't get a deal. You know, so it was hard, man.
Yeah. I mean, it worked out, I would think. Nowadays, I mean, people look back.
You could say that.
Yeah. I read online that you did a song for Spongebob.
Yeah.
I was curious about the story.
I sang Do the Sponge. Was on the first season of SpongeBob. The song was written by Saltpeter, the original bass player in the Dwarf.
Okay.
He wrote a lot of songs for them, and you know, they had me sing it. It was great fun. They said imitate Lux Interior from the Cramps. I said that's what I've been doing all along. Lux Interior was a huge influence on me.
Yeah.
He influenced a lot of the records I wound up getting, rockabilly and 60s records and stuff, but I actually came to the Cramps because they covered a lot of 60s and rockabilly songs that I already liked. So they were a natural fit for me. He was such a brilliant front man. Mm-hmm. He had such a great stage presence. I mean, it was, for my money, just one of the greatest of all time.
I don't know, a lot of people say like punk is dead, and obviously when we come to a place like this, it's hard to believe that, and I was just curious what your thoughts are on that idea of punk being dead.
I never believed in forms of music being dead, you know? People say this shit, ska, that's over, or, hey, folk music, nobody cares, blah, blah. It's like everything that's old is new again. Everything can be incorporated into everything else, you know? I mean, punk became a genre. It used to be a way of doing things. Mm-hmm. When I was a kid, punk was a way of doing things. It wasn't a way that every band sounded the same. Now it's just kind of a genre, so it's like a way of sounding. But no, as long as there's young people that want to play music, nothing's dead, ever.
Mm-hmm. Well, thank you very much.
Sure,
thank you very much.
Thanks for talking to me.